Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of ADMAIL. This is Adam Bergman, founder and CEO of IRA Financial. I'm here to help you find the answers to the most frequently asked questions from my clients about self-directed retirement accounts. If you want to learn more, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Just search IRA Financial. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of ADMAIL. I'm Adam Bergman, tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial, and got a really good episode for all of you today. So I just did an Ask Adam last week and had a great time with a bunch of people asking some great questions. But I promised a client that I would get to 3 of their questions, and I promised them, and I forgot to do it. So without mentioning the client's name, I'm going to go through these 3 clients that they sent to me, and I promised I would get to it, and I just kind of got sidetracked. I did a kind of PowerPoint presentation on how to use retirement funds about real estate, and then got some really good questions on real estate and IRAs and 401ks and even Bitcoin. And before I knew it, it was like over an hour, and I forgot to get to these 3 questions. So when I make a promise, I deliver. So here they are. I'm sorry I didn't get to tackle them on the YouTube Live, but let's do it right now. So the first question is, retiring next month, have a company, pension, and 401k. What's the best way to roll over these accounts to an existing solo 401k? Any specific concerns? So if you are retiring and even if you're not over 59 and a half, but if you leave your job, you will have a triggering event, and thus you'll be able to roll over your pension and 401k funds to another retirement plan. So you can roll it tax-free to a solo 401k, so long as your self-employed business that adopted the solo 401k is still in existence. So that's one option. You can also roll it tax-free to an IRA. And if you want to go self-directed, you can do a self-directed IRA if you want to do alternative asset investments like real estate or cryptos or whatever. You don't have to. You can just open up a traditional IRA at a regular bank or brokerage firm, and it's a tax-free rollover, and then you can do the same investments you were doing in your 401k, but you can do it now in your IRA or solo K. So no concerns, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just make sure it's a direct rollover. Don't do an indirect. Make sure the check's written to your solo 401k or your IRA account. Make sure it's not written to you, because that's an indirect rollover. That can only be done once every 12 months, and you may have to pay 20% withholding tax on it, and then make up that difference if you don't want to get charged that 20%. So do a direct rollover. Make sure the money's sent directly to your solo 401k or your IRA. So that's what I would be cautious about. Second question. Plan is to use Schwab Robo Advisor inside the 401k. Will I need a new IRA account to set this up inside my 401k? So if your solo 401k already has a Robo Advisor through Schwab, you can do a rollover directly into that 401k account with Schwab as a Robo Advisor. You don't need another IRA if you don't want it. You can roll it over directly to that Robo Advisor, assumingly that's your solo 401k plan you're talking about. If the Robo Advisor is associated with your old 401k plan that you're terminating, well, that will no longer be valid anymore. So you're going to need to roll those funds into your new solo 401k. You can do it at Schwab or Fidelity or even with us. And you can do it in kind, meaning whatever ETFs or mutual funds or stocks you have there, you could roll it over in kind tax-free to a solo K or IRA account at Schwab or Fidelity or some other broker, tax-free. Or if you want to go into cash and do real estate or something, cryptos or anything else, you can do that through us in an IRA or solo K. So certainly very doable and should be tax-free. Third question, what are tax implications in RMD, a property owned in my solo K? Is purchase price used for valuation or current market price? So once you hit 72 and you have pre-tax funds, you need to take what's called a required minimum distribution, which is essentially 3% of your asset value. And again, the old rule is 70.5, new rule is 72. If you have Roth funds, there are no RMD requirements in a Roth IRA. There still are in a Roth 401k, but you can easily circumvent that requirement by just rolling the Roth 401k funds into a Roth IRA prior to 12/31, because the amount that you owe on an RMD is based off the fair market value of the assets as of 12/31. So if you had money in a Roth 401k in your pension plan, you made some Roth contributions, you're over 72, all you need to do is just do a tax-free rollover to a Roth IRA before you hit 72, before 12/31, excuse me, and then you'll have zero account balance as of 12/31, and then you'll have zero RMD requirements since your Roth 401k balance will be zero. It is based off your current market price, fair market value plus cash, not what you paid for it. So i.e., if you bought a piece of property in 2012 for 150 grand and in 2021 it's worth 2 million, you pay your RMD on the 2 million plus any other cash, including leverage. If you paid $200,000 for a property, borrowed $200,000, and now that property is worth $600,000, the RMD amount is on $600,000. Even though your equity may be less because of the loan repayment, your RMD based off the fair market value of the account, including cash, assets, and leverage associated with that asset. So that's kind of it. It's really actually 3 good questions, and I'm happy I kind of got to them, and I wanted to get to them on my YouTube Live because I thought they were really important because they tackle, the rollover issues. What do you do? What are your options with a rollover? Do you need to go to an IRA? If you have an existing 401k, what are the direct rollover, indirect rollovers? And then I'm happy you talked about RMDs and property values because there's a lot of confusion as, hey, is it based off my basis, what I paid for it? Is it based off fair market value? What can I do? So just wanted to tackle that, and also wanted to bring in the Roth qualifier, because if you have Roth accounts in an IRA, there are no RMD requirements, which is, again, another benefit of the Roth IRA because your money keeps growing without tax, deferral, tax-free growth, compounding and returns, and you are going to have more money, hopefully, at the end of the day because none of that will be depleted through an RMD. So there you go. This was a short and sweet ADMAIL, but I think these are 3 really good questions that kind of flowed really well. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And subscribe if you haven't. 2 other podcasts, definitely please check them out. Adam Talks and Ad Bits, which are weekly podcasts, and I think you'll enjoy them. Also, don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, which is awesome, obviously. IRA Financial, we generally drop 5 videos, 3 podcasts a week. So lots of great info on self-directed retirement topics, cryptocurrency, real estate, 401ks, IRAs, all kinds of really cool stuff to make you a smarter and wiser and more successful retirement investor. So that's my goal. It's all about education. They don't teach you this stuff in college. They don't teach you this stuff in law school. They don't teach you this stuff in business school. You got to kind of pick this stuff up on your own. Thankfully, I've been blessed to have done that. And, I've written 8 books, but I'm doing it to educate all of you because the retirement system is literally rigged in our favor. There's no reason we all can't have significant wealth when we hit the 70s, either to help us really enjoy the rest of our life or to leave a really important legacy to our family. So it's just simple math. Your money grows faster without tax. It's called compounded returns, 8th wonder of the world. I didn't say it. Albert Einstein said it. So listen, trust me, trust Albert Einstein. It works. 3 things you got to do, and you do these 3 things, I guarantee you, you're going to have significant wealth at retirement. Start early, be consistent, make contributions, even if it's a crazy tough year like COVID, and you can't put in your 5 or 6 or 7 grand, put in 1,000, put in 500, put in 200. Just keep your habits going, your good habits. And third is trust the process, okay? It's going to hopefully work out better than the 76ers for all you NBA basketball fans out there. We'll see what happens with Ben Simmons, but the process works. You got to trust it. It will come together, and you'll see. You're going to just kind of watch your money grow, and you'll hit a point where you'll just kind of be shocked at how much money you have. So compounding returns, 8%, your money doubles every 8 years, right? You can just run the numbers. There's some great calculators online that you can kind of plug some info in, and literally for saving $3-4 a day, if you start young, consistently do it over a bunch of years, you're going to have 6-7 figures tax-free when you retire. So there you go. hope you're enjoying summer. Hope you're enjoying finally getting out there and getting through with COVID. And hope everything stays strong. And look forward to talking to all you guys again next week. Be well.